Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Show. Welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. My name is Vic and let's have a good morning. Lots to get into this morning before we get into that big World Cup draw coming up later this morning. But let me put myself in my box again before I hog up all the space. And look at that beautiful Sydney Opera House there. Today's everything about Australia. What a day it's going to be. So let me put myself in the box there. There I am in the box where I belong. The fox in the box, as some people would say. Let's have a look at the topics this morning. I don't even think I changed the topics. No, I didn't. But yeah, look, don't worry about the topics. We got rugby, we got cricket, we got football, we got NFL, we got NBA. We got it all this morning. I've been preparing so much for the rugby, I forgot to change the topics. Don't forget, there's our email is on top there, and let's go. If you want to get contact, use the email on top. Don't worry. There you go. So let's start. Only one place to start. Last night in the Premier League, and let me put it out there. There's the Premier League for you guys. Bournemouth lost to Everton 1-0. Everton can only win away from home. What a game there. Fulham against Manchester City. Manchester City were actually leading that game 5-1 and Fulham came back and almost nicked an equaliser there. Good morning, Marners. So, Man City 5-4. That must be the game of the season so far. Newcastle against Spurs. What a late goal there from Spurs. What a beautiful bicycle goal there from, I think it was Pedro Porro. Unbelievable game it was. And then don't forget tonight, Arsenal, Brentford, Brighton, Aston Villa, Burnley take on Crystal Palace, Wolverhampton take on Nottingham Forest, Leeds take on Chelsea, maybe the game of the round, Liverpool take on Sunderland. That should be an interesting one. I know Marnus is going to be watching that. And then of course Man United, West Ham, that's tomorrow, and moi, live on this channel of course. But let's have a look at some other football results that were last night. Were a few things going on there. In the Spanish League, FC Barcelona beat Atletico Madrid 3-1. Goals from Rafinha, Dani Olmo and Torres for Barcelona. So yeah, they're back. Looks like they're doing really well in the league. Then in the Italian Coppa Italia, buongiorno tutti, Juventus beat Udinese 2-0. David and Locatelli scored there for Juventus. Then in the German Bundesliga, not in the Bundesliga, in the DFB Pokal, the German Cup. Jawohl. St. Pauli, that's an upset, knocked off Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-1. Hertha Berlin destroyed my cousin Alan's favorite team, Kaiserslautern. That's what he calls them, Kaiserslautern, 6-1. Shout out to Cullen Allen. Then Leverkusen upset Dortmund 1-0. Dortmund out of the cup, not good for them. Then Leipzig beat Magdeburg in a battle of the East German teams there. 3-1. So Leipzig keep on marching on in the German Cup. And then there was, of course, Nations League last night from the ladies. Spain beat Germany 3-0. They retain their title as the Nation League champions. And in the playoff for third and fourth spot, Sweden and France drew 2-2, but France win 4-3 on aggregate. So well done to the Spanish and to the French ladies there. Then we got to move to rugby because, of course, rugby is the big theme on this channel today. Yes, the World Cup draw starts at 9:45 this morning, Central European time. If you're in South Africa, you're an hour ahead of us. It's 9:45 in South Africa. If you're in England, it's 9:45 in the morning. 9:45 in the morning, sorry. But it is Central European time, 9:45. Check it out. It's going to be phenomenal. I got a few things prepared there. Let me show you what I got prepared already. It's going to kind of look like that already. Afterwards. So let's get back to this show. We got to talk about this man, Ibn Etzebeth. Oh man, his hearing. They were burning the midnight oil there in Ireland there at the World Rugby Federation. Because he had his hearing last night, went late into the night, I heard, and let's see what happens with Ibn today. Look, there's speculations. People crying a river that he shouldn't be banned too much or whatever. Listen here, he did what he did, and he's a man's man, so he'll stand up to what he did. I think he gets 3 to 6 months, somewhere there. Anything more, I think, would be a little bit too much. But I also believe World Rugby are going to set an example here. So it wouldn't surprise me if World Rugby come up with a year ban. Anything more than a year, and I think his career is over. So I hope that they take that into consideration. I don't, a year might not even be bad for Eben. Can really rest out and, just work on himself and get ready. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It should be coming out later this afternoon. I think they're going to do that. I think it'll come out after the World Cup draw. I don't think they want that before the World Cup draw. I think they've taken their time to announce it after the World Cup draw. Don't forget, this weekend there is the Investec Cup, also known as the Champions Cup. I call it the Champions League of Rugby. All these games are going to be there. 4 games are going to be on our channel. We're going to have, obviously, the Stormers against Bione. We're going to have Leinster against the Harlequins. And then, of course, where are they? The Bulls. We're going to have the Bulls against Bordeaux. And what's the other one? The Sharks against Toulouse. All on this channel, man. All on this channel. That's the rugby for this weekend. Don't forget, just want to quickly show you that. My Patriots did win the day before yesterday. I'm so glad about that. So, and NFL will be up and running again on Thursday night. But in the NBA, let's get into the NBA from last night. Why is there no score at the bottom? Because that game is still on. I'll get into that game at the end. Don't worry. Oh, well. So, the Wizards lost to the 76ers, 121-102. Tyrese Maxey once again with 35 points for the 76ers. That young man's having a great season. The Raptors beat the Trailblazers 121-118. The Knicks lost to the Celtics 123-117. Jaylen Brown with 42 points for the Celtics. Michael Bridges for 35 points for the Knicks. Then the Timberwolves, that was an OT win there, 149-142 against the Pelicans. Anthony Edwards with 44 points for the winning Timberwolves. And then we had the Spurs. The Spurs beat the Grizzlies 126-119. Harrison Barnes there with 31 points for the Spurs. Then the game that's got no result in, I can tell you now, we're into the 4th quarter there between the Thunder and the Warriors, and it is a tight one, ladies and gentlemen. It is 97-95 at the moment for the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is already on 31 points. I will leave that on the side there, and I'll get back to it by the end of the show. Maybe we get a result in there for you guys, just to let you know. The Box better not be in a group of death. There is no fucking group of death in rugby, man. What could be the group of death? There is no group of death in rugby. I mean, the top 6 are the top 6 and the rest are not good. Doesn't matter who you have, man. You're not losing. The top 6 are not losing to anybody. Come on, let's be honest, man. Group of death. People are trying to hype up stuff. I'm doing that show afterwards and I got to hype it up. But there's nothing like a group of death. There might be some teams you don't want to play against, but there's no group of death. Then NHL, here we go. And there's also one game still going on there. So the Senators beat the Canadiens 5-2. The Bruins lost to the Red Wings 5-4. That is always a tough one. Boston against Detroit, good game. The Lightning lost to the Islanders 2-1. The Stars lost to the Rangers 3-2. Well, New York, big city of dreams. 2 wins out of 2. Well done. Then the Maple Leafs beat the Panthers. The Florida Panthers. What is going on with the reigning champions? 4-1. The Flames lost to the Predators 5-1. The Canucks lost to the Avalanche 3-1. The Wild beat the Oilers in a boring game 1-0. My Golden Knights beat the Chicago Blackhawks. Take a sip of tea, Vic. 4-3. The Capitals and the Kings are 2-2 in overtime, just to let you know that. Then we move on to a little bit of college hoops. And some good games. And number 1, Purdue knocked off Rutgers 81-65. Florida, the Gators from Florida lost to Duke, the Blue Devils 67-66. So that was a nice tight game. Iowa lost to Michigan State Spartans 71-52. The Tennessee Mountaineers lost to Syracuse 62-60, another tight game. Then the USC Trojans beat the Oregon Ducks. Oh, well, no, sorry. That is still got 2 minutes to go. 75-73. UConn took care of the Kansas Jayhawks, 61-56. And then a game of two of the big teams in American college basketball. North Carolina beat Kentucky 67-64. The ladies were up as well. Only 2 games on the ladies. USC beat St. Mary's 79-33. And UConn, the Huskies beat South Florida 85-51. UConn still the number 1 team in the country, as per usual. Then a quick look at the college football playoffs as it stands now. Still a few games to go. Could be still some movements. But Texas Tech, Ohio, Georgia, and Indiana should have byes. Yeah, but they can't. Marnus, 1 second. Time out here. Let me take the playoffs away. Good, I got to help Marnus out, the young man. There can't be a group of death. Because New Zealand, Ireland, and the Box cannot be in the same group. It's not possible. And there's only 4 teams in a group. So it's not possible, my friend. Let me help you out. Let me quickly help you out this morning. We'll go to the... There you go. I put it out there. I'll put it out there. Go back to the real show. Sometimes you got to help the young people out, you know. There you go. We're talking about the college boss football there. My Alabama are at 9th at the moment against Oklahoma. I'm hoping they can still move around and get a bit of a better draw there. The Ducks will play against the 12th from the championship conference. Ole Miss will play against the 11th from the 10th. Notre Dame and Texas would be a matchup, so that should be quite interesting. Then there was some cricket yesterday. New Zealand and West Indies, that game's actually still ongoing. New Zealand were bowled out for 231, and West Indies have replied so far for 168 for 8. That is day 2 of a 5-day cricket game, so check that out. And then, I can leave that up there actually. And South Africa will face India in the second ODI later on this morning. So let's see if the Proteas can bounce back from that terrible defeat in the first one. Then there was some snooker yesterday and some upsets there in the snooker. But not from Mark Selby. Mark Selby beat Lai Fang 6-2. Yes, there are 6 groups of 4. There you go. There you go. And then afterwards, you can't play everybody. Don't worry, man. Ronnie O'Sullivan lost to Yao Lang 4-6. That's the big upset. Kyron Wilson, another big upset, lost to Elliot Slesher 6-4. And Barry Hawkins knocked off David Lilly 6-4. Then today, the second round will start. Mark Williams will take on Peng Yong Chu. Wu Zi will take on Neil Robertson. Judd Trump will face off against Si Yang Hu. And Mark Selby will take on Zhao Yong Long. So Chinese in every game. Unbelievable. The Chinese are marching on there in the snooker. They're becoming a bloody force. Unbelievable. Then don't forget, Eurobasket later tonight. And the top game will be live on this channel. Anadolu FS will take on Real Madrid live with Vern at 6:15 in the evening. So be sure to join Vern for that. Then some Formula 1 news. Yep, some interesting Formula 1 news I've got to show you guys. There you go. This man, Fernando Alonso. Now the rumors are he's done at the end of the season. And then because Adrian Newey is now at Aston Martin and people are saying they've got this unbelievable car coming out next year, the rumors are going crazy. And the rumors are one of these 2 guys are going to move to Aston Martin, Charles Leclerc or George Russell. If that happens, if Alonso goes and one of them 2 move, the driver carousel will be spinning in the Formula One. I can tell you that. Because if one of those two seats get free at Mercedes or at Ferrari, I can tell you it's going to be very interesting off-season there in the Formula One. But talking about the off-season in the Formula One and what's happening, before we get to the off-season in the Formula One, we got to get to this season in the Formula One. And we got a poll out there, 92 votes in already, fantastic. Who will take the title this year? 60% still believe it's going to be Max Verstappen. Unbelievable. He's got to make up 12 points against Lando Norris, but not impossible, not impossible. Then we move back to the NBA quickly, just 1 second. There you go. Let me see if the score has changed. Wow, that game is really tight. There's 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the Thunder Warriors game, and it's 108-107 for the Thunder. So, yeah, I'd have to update you on that score tomorrow because the show will not go on for that long. But we'll hang around a little bit. Maybe we can still put it in there. Listen here, my question, I had a poll out there. Who is the early MVP frontrunner in the NBA? 8 guys to choose from. These are the first 4. Cunningham. I think Lando Norris will do it. I can't see it. I can't, unless the two bloody McLarens drive into each other. Cunningham, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Victor Wembanyama, and Luka Doncic. You can choose from them. Or you can choose from Nikola Jokic, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So go to our community page there. Check it out. All the polls are there. You can put your vote in there. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys come up with. Quite a few votes in there already, so it's very representative already. 141 votes, and Jokic with 48% on that one. Yes, Kiwi Rob. Kiwi Rob. I'm going to plug this once again. Check this out, my friend. Kiwi Rob, you need to join. No sound there. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm still going to add the sound to that one. Okay, perfect. Just showing you what's going to come up, man. No problem. The sound is back. I just haven't put sound on. Yeah, I know. When you switch over, you can't hear me. Wow. Thank you guys for telling me there's no sound. No problem. I have to still add sound to that later. Don't worry. But that is coming up at 8:45 this morning. I can plug it this way, it's even better. There you go. At 8:45 this morning, 9:45 Central European time. The World Cup draw live. We'll bring you all the groups. We'll bring you everything, all the information on the cities, the stadiums, who's in, who's out, who's with who in the groups. A little bit of information on Australia, what a great country it is. I know Kiwi Rob doesn't think so because Australia and New Zealand do not like each other. But we'll see. It's interesting to see where New Zealand will land, where South Africa will land. I would want South Africa, Australia. Me too. I want that one because I don't mind because Australia is going to be in Group 1, in Group A. They will be the second ranked team in Group A. That is guaranteed. And then the question is, who's the number 1 team ranked in Group A? Was it South Africa? Is it New Zealand? Because I'm quite happy that Australia actually ranked 7th. That means we get a good, solid opening match because they will play the first match against the number 1 teams, and then we'll see who. So if South Africa and Australia in the same group, that'll be the opening game. If New Zealand, Australia in the same group, that'll be the opening game. Wouldn't it be nice to have England, Australia, kind of like an Ashes opening the World Cup? It's going to be fantastic, man. It's going to be fantastic. So join me for that at 9:45 Central European time this morning. Then let me take that away. I'm just going to quickly go look at that NBA latest update for you. 114-107 Thunder ahead of the Warriors. But we'll update you on that score tomorrow or later this afternoon in the ATP show. Don't worry about that. But that's the show for this morning. Don't want to ramble on too long because I still got a few things to prepare for the Rugby World Cup draw. So you guys have a wonderful morning. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe as per usual. And Let me take myself out the box there. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy and be safe, and see you later, man. Ciao, ciao.